2025, who are we being, who are we seeing, what are we doing, what are our goals, what is our skating journey, what is our fitness journey, what is our learning journey, what are we doing, let's talk about it. Hi, my name is Marielle Tantrum and I make skating videos here on YouTube. However, I got massive opportunities at RollerCon to do a seminar and another type of talking focus group thingy. Anyway, I'm really liking it, and this way I can kind of put all like my coaching and everything that I get from like my favorite podcast and my favorite self-help stuff, and I can put it down below and I can kind of turn it into what's helped me as a 38-year-old living their life, achieving goals. So let's talk about it. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe. It helps the algorithm know that you're having a good time here. Okay, I've got like notes here, so forgive me. This is the first thing I'm going to do. If we're talking about skating or derby or sport or your coaching, this is hopefully going to resonate with you, yeah? So we're going to talk about self-reflection, awareness, goal setting, and really working towards your goals, because no one's coming for you. You have to work on your goals, yeah? We're going to assess our current life. What's it looking like? How's it feel? What's good? What's not so good? What's something you really don't like? What's something that you are doing that you want to change? And we're going to write it down. I don't want you to put it in your phone. You're going to write it down, okay? So I have this little bookie wookie, goals. Cross it off, get a dopamine hit. Beautiful. You're going to write down and reflect. Honestly, look at yourself in the mirror and have a conversation with yourself. Very hard, very, very, very hard. And you are going to talk about your relationships, your health, your well-being. Write it down. What's sick? What's not so sick? What's heaps good? What do you want to work on? Okay? And we're going to have meaningful goals. Meaningful goals, like meaningful goals for me. Ooh, yum. So you can't just write improve on health. How are you going to improve on your health? So wake up in the morning, don't look at my phone for the first hour. Beauty, bloody beauty. I'm going to move my body for 30 minutes a day. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm just going to move my body for 30 minutes a day. Beauty, ripper, write it down. Meaningful goals. You got this, yeah? That's going to lead you into your positive mindset because you are showing up for yourself. I did a TikTok video on this about showing up for yourself. It's so bloody important to show up for yourself. If you're disappointing yourself, how are you going to maintain your goals? And you're constantly feeling shame and disappointment. Don't do it to yourself. Then you want to think about your surroundings. And if you're having trouble with your phone, get out of the room. Yeah? This will come into your priorities. So once you write it down, you have now set your priorities for yourself. Well done. Well done. You're already ahead of the curve. Well done. Now you have to own your goals, which means showing up for yourself. Show up for yourself. Okay? So it's like set one. We're not looking at our phone for the first hour. Do it. Phone out of the room. You got this. Then the next thing. And you're going to feel pride. You're going to show up for yourself. And then the other stuff will just organically happen. And then you're feeling good like you should, yeah? So once you're feeling writing down your goals and doing everything you need to do, you need to really practice your consistency. So your consistency and your motivation, motivation will go. Your motivation will go. You'll wake up one day. It's good to be when you're good. Like, it's good to be good when you're good. Like, it's easy. But it's hard to be good when you're tired, you're hungry, you've had an argument with someone, you're feeling like it's hard. It's really hard to show up for yourself when you're tired and you're not feeling it and the motivation's gone. This is where your consistency will go, this is who you are. You move your body for 30 minutes every day. You might miss a day, but don't miss 3. This is who you are. This is your new identity. You are someone that moves their body. You are the person who doesn't do your phone for the first hour in the morning. You are the person who does A, B, and C. That's who you are. Okay? Show up for yourself. Yeah. Beautiful. This is a good one, giving back. This is why I like coaching. This is why I like volunteering. This is why I'm learning sign language. It's giving back. You have to give back. Honestly, we feel so good when we give back to the community. We give back to ourselves. We give back to our friends. It feels really good. So think about doing something for someone else, life-changing. And that's when we stem into coaching. Yeah. So taking that first step into becoming a coach is very hard, very, very hard. However, it can be very, very, very rewarding. It's so rewarding. Like, just start small. Ask someone, hey, do you mind if I take half the session today? Do you mind if I just take, oh, I got a new drill. Do you mind if I just do it? Take 20 minutes, it'd be so good. And you can work your way into that space slowly, 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 which makes me think about setting the scene. So I've been coaching for quite a few years now. I don't even know how long. And when I'm going to feel shit some days. I'm going to feel unmotivated. I'm going to feel overstimulated, overwhelmed. I will tell the room how I'm feeling. Vulnerability. When I'm feeling these things, that's how I will generally start my coaching. I will blow a whistle, but hope everyone's good. Today we're going to be doing A, B, and C. I'm feeling really vulnerable today. So how you can help me is, and you are asking the room to help support you. That to me is great leadership. That to me is great coaching. Hey, I'm feeling really sad today. You don't have to trauma dump. There's so much studies around secondhand trauma and just telling people things that they don't need to hear. So don't do that. Don't do that to people. Don't do that to your coaches. Don't do that to anybody. But you definitely want to create growth. You want to be vulnerable, very hard, and you want to scene set. So, hey folks, blah, blah, blah. I'm feeling really tired today, but I'm so excited to be here. See what I mean? Like, you haven't gone, you've gone, oh. So excited to be here today. I'm feeling really tired today. When I'm tired, I get really vulnerable and emotional, but I'm going to give you my 100%. So, if I stumble a little bit today, just give me a hand. Is that okay, everybody? And then get people to say yes back to you. Yes, coach. Yeah, that's no problems. Like, whatever the culture is in the room, setting that culture and just telling the room, can you help me? Can you help me? I'm not my best self today. Can you help me? Mwah! Write down your sessions. Write down your sessions. Do not put them on your phone. When you are a coach and you are staring at your phone and a notification pops up and it's bad news or it's spicy, you're gone. Your headspace is gone. Stay in the game. You are coaching for 2 hours. Put your best self forward. Give your teammates your best self. Write it down. Write it down, write it down, write it down. And then you can cross it off. And you can write yourself notes. You can write, teammate seems a little bit upset today. Check in on them. Really important things. You are going to embrace your challenges as a coach. You are going to embrace your challenges this year. When, like I said, it's good to be good when you're good. It's hard to be good when things are bad. Okay, so reach out, get support, and embrace the challenges. Oh my God, I hate coaching this. Okay, why do you hate coaching it? Let's talk about it. You want to declutter your mind and declutter your space. I'm just going back to that. When you put down your phone, you're decluttering your mind. You're making sure that you're going in and you are coaching and you're showing up for yourself. Mwah. And your team, and your team, and your team. You're going to reflect. I think reflecting with your team is something amazing. Like, I'm a product of the coaches that came before me, as well as reading self-help, coaching around the world, listening, learning, growing, and reflecting and reviewing my progress, which comes with feelings. So you have to create a culture and space where it's okay to talk about your feelings and constantly get feedback. I've had some horrific feedback in my time. Horrific feedback, but it's fine. It's so fine. And with that has become good because we've had hard conversations and we've fixed out any underlying problems, yeah? So create space where you can celebrate wins and take constructive feedback. Constructive feedback, not, T-stop was shit. It was like, that T-stop is so good, but I reckon it could be so much better. Let's work on this, and tell people not to rush it. And you want to lift people up while also pushing them to keep moving forward, but we also don't want to lie to people. I have this really big thing around not complimenting people when they're doing a not so fabulous job, because it can be seen as manipulation. Ooh, I know that's deep. That's a lot, but when we compliment people and we tell people they're doing a really good job when they're not, it can be seen as manipulation. Here's why. Why? Are we people pleasing? Are we trying to tell that person they're doing really good, but they're actually not, to hold them back? That's what you're doing when we're lying to people. That's what we're doing. It's really, really, really special to give honest feedback and not tell someone they're doing a really good job when they perhaps are not. And then when you tell someone, hey, you're doing a really good job, it's going to mean so much more, because they're not just getting told that, you know, that they're a millennial and they win everything just for showing up. You know what I mean? Earned, delicious feedback. Don't rush it. Like, don't rush it. Like, your coaching self-development journey is going to take a long time, and it will change. It will change, and that's so okay. That's why we write stuff down. After coaching, not every time, but when I first started coaching, I would write down how I feel, how I thought the room went, and we would talk about feelings at the end. What did you like about the session? What did you not like about the session? What things that we could work on? Fantastic. Very vulnerable, but very fair and fantastic. It's also very, very important to rest and recharge. This is why off season for me is so bloody important, because you need a minute of not getting feedback. You need a minute of new goals, new reset, which is what we're talking about today. We need time to go, right, what do I want to do? Like, honestly, and this is where you're going to get fresh and listen to ideas, perhaps change programs, perhaps look at anything that might need fixing, and just reflect, recharge. Allow yourself some bloody grace, okay? Allow yourself some grace. You are human. You're going to stuff up. You're going to probably coach a session that isn't fabulous. So fine. And the amount of times I have ran a drill that went to absolute dog shit, so fine, because we tried it and it shows vulnerability. So bloody fine. There's a time once where my old coach was all like, we're going to try a drill. It may not work, but we're going to give it a go. Oh, I felt so safe that this person who I bloody admire was like, we're going to try something new and you're going to try it on us and it might not work. Ah! So now I use similar language. I've come up with a drill. It may not work, but let's all do it together and let me know how we go. And this makes a collaborative coaching space. And then you can slowly develop tools that your league and your skaters may use, or any sport. You might be working on some individual bits and then we can put them together, and it's just glorious because there's so much love and vulnerability in the room. Oh, beautiful. And also be an approachable coach as well. So if someone comes up to you and goes, I feel like this is not working, don't be defensive. Okay, oh, thank you for telling me. Why isn't it what do you think, what's going on? Let's nut it out together. It's a collaborative space. No one is coming for you. And if they are, say it. You go, let's work on our language a little bit, because you don't have to be the most perfect person in the room. The whole team, everyone that we're coaching can work on our communication skills. When we're writing down our goals, we're getting our goals. We want to feel fulfilled and our dopamine, and we're doing all these amazing things, and we're giving back to ourselves, and we're listening to self-help to a point. Some of it is not great. When you're coaching and when you are coachable, you get to kind of develop yourself. Like, look at body language, for example. When I'm coaching and I see someone do this, I'm like, okay, they might not be having a good time. I might have used some language that they didn't like. Let me ask about it. Okay? It's like, why not? I'm the type of person that thinks everything is something, like everything means something, and it may not be that deep. This is probably why I'm so tired all the time. For me, everything means something. How people look at you, how people react when you come into a room. I take notice of everything. So that's up to you, but I take notice of everything. Really big conversations with people in the past where I'm like, hey, I notice when I walk into a room, you look down. I notice when I talk, you look down. And when so-and-so talks, you look up. I'm just wondering if everything's okay, or maybe if I'm reading too much into it. That for me is a really vulnerable conversation, and why not? Why not? Human behavior, I feel, very rarely lies. So why not have a conversation? Why not talk about it? And you go, you know what, actually, a couple of years ago, you said A, B, and C, and I've never forgot it. And it just makes me feel blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh, revolutionary that you have just gone, I had no idea I said that. I'm so sorry. What can I do to make things a bit nicer for you? We don't want bloody eggshells everywhere, but we want to make an environment where people feel safe, where people feel heard. And it's never ever going to be perfect. You're always going to have someone that doesn't vibe with your personality. That's fine. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying take opportunities to have hard conversations with a outcome. It may not be a positive outcome, but it still could be an outcome. And you might learn something about yourself. You might learn something about that person. Why not? Like, why not? It's super hard, super hard to have hard conversations. It's something I'm still mastering, but I learn from them every single time. This, I feel like, is going to give you that consistency that we spoke about earlier. The consistency of, I am a teammate or a coach that you can talk to, because I'm going to ask if you're okay. I'm going to ask, did I drop the ball there, mate? Bloody hell, I'm sorry. I want to be approachable, because I've many times in my life I have been told that I am intimidating, which I don't want to be intimidating, but a conversation that I got to have with this person who's like, oh my God, I find you so intimidating, but now you're actually lovely. I was like, first of all, thank you for telling me. What did I do to make you intimidated? And they said, well, actually, it's just because I don't really know what to do with confident women, and it was all on me. You were never rude to me. But thanks for listening. And I was like, I'm so proud of you for being so brave to tell me these things. And now we're like really good friends. Hats off to that person for having a conversation that's super hard. So these are all these things. All these things roll into one big thing of goal setting, showing up for yourself, giving back, reflecting and growing as a person. All this stuff is going to make you really good at your sport, really good at being a partner, a friend. It all rolls into one big thing, yeah? And it's going to help you. It's going to help you, yeah? Acknowledging, very important. Acknowledging your feelings, acknowledging the room's feelings, your friend, your teammate, coach. Acknowledging everyone's feelings is super important, because it gives safety, in my opinion. In my opinion, when someone just acknowledges how you feel, they don't necessarily have to say sorry, because your feelings are kind of sometimes on you. Sometimes they're on you, not all the time. But if you go, just acknowledge it. It's so important, especially when we're growing teams. Like, acknowledging feelings, very important. So we have touched on meaningful goals, goal setting. Looks like I'm dancing here, very cute. And you're just going to keep on and keep growing, keep vibing, asking for feedback. But my biggest one, I think, with all this stuff is it all kind of flows into communication, which might be a whole nother episode. I don't know. What do you reckon? Communication is something that we talk about a lot in sport. I had the opportunity of skating with a team earlier this year, 2024, who had some of the best communication I've ever seen. And they were some New Zealand folks. And I'm like, it was like the way they spoke to each other, the body language, the body stance, the way the coach spoke to them. I was like, yes. And the score was like 300-12. It was still one of the best games I've ever played, because they were phenomenal, and makes me think about some books that you should possibly read, that I'll link them below. And what goals to be spoken to like that, to have such power and strength while still speaking to each other directly and firmly, but with positivity and strength. I'm still thinking about it. Like, I'm still really hyper fixated on how good these people were. Oh my God, it was so good. Oh. And I'm just like, that's years of practice. That's years of showing up for each other and seeing and respecting each other. Like, it was so cohesive. And I'm like, oh my God, so good. And these are things you can work towards, like shared values, open, clear communication, shared values. I know I'm repeating myself, because it's just so important. It's so important to have that, especially in team sport, that share, you don't have to have the most shared vision, but do we want to win games? Do we want to train hard? What does that look like? Are you willing to sit? Okay. If you get an injury, how are we as a team going to navigate that? These are all conversations you need to have before game day, to make sure that everybody has has been communicated with. We are all got that shared vision, and we're all going to work together, and we're going to trust coach, we're going to trust captain and our bench crew or whoever we're working with to have that mindset. Yeah. We all warm up together. We all cool down together. We all do everything together. Yum. So good. Get it in ya. To totally recap on all this gloriousness, you're going to write down your goals. Okay. And they're going to be goals that are broken down. Okay. I don't want to just, I'm going to feel better in 2025. No. How are you going to feel better in 2025? Tell me how you're going to feel better in 2025. Thank you so much. Do something that you can control. So if you're like, I'm going to get into the rep squad, do you get to choose that? No. So do some goals, have conversations, be open and honest. Say to your captain, I want to be in this squad. How do I get in? Tell me, baby. Tell me. We're going to have beautiful, meaningful goals. We're going to set expectations. We're going to have clear communication. We're going to show up. We're going to show up for ourselves. We're going to be proud of ourselves, and we're going to enjoy rest. Enjoy rest. Okay? We're going to have so much awareness. It's going to be like, look at that awareness. Ooh. We're going to have a beautiful, positive mindset, and we're going to prioritize ourselves and our friends and our work and our rest and our goals. We are going to maintain our beautiful, healthy relationships, and we're going to keep on working on them, baby. We're going to be working on them, because the day you stop working on yourself is a bad day for everyone. It's a bad day for everyone. We're going to practice communication. Just practice it in the mirror. Practice it in the mirror. We're going to have clear, honest communication, avoid misunderstandings, build trust with others. That's what I've got here. Constantly building trust. Oh, so good. Keep working on that purpose. Why am I doing this? Why? Honestly, ask yourself why. Why am I doing this? Write it down. Write it down. Because I love it. Because it's my identity. Because I've always wanted this. Because I want to keep growing in this space. Because I just want to be here. Write it down. And reflect. Adjust. Goals will change. And they should change. Because you should be ticking off the goals. Ticking off those goals, baby. But yeah. You so got this. I hope that you like this little video. This little, I don't know, it's like I got this. So cute. This is just chit chat. It's just chit chat. Working on yourself. I love having a chat. My favorite format of watching stuff on YouTube is when people are like talking to me and just like giving me the hype, like hyping me up. And I'm like, oh, some hype up. Let me hype you up, because you got this. Like, you need someone hyping you up. You need someone saying, set your goals, write them down, get up, do the work, rest, reflect, communicate. What are we doing? Like, I need that. So hopefully I can give you that. If you like this video, give it a like, leave a comment, let me know what you want to see, and I can go more in depth about certain subjects. So fine. It's just a little test run. Just dipping a toe. Thank you so much. Bye. Oh, it's so fun.